Surveillance capitalism is a commonplace phenomenon in nowadays social media usage. So, what is surveillance capitalism? In a general sense, surveillance capitalism refers to the concept that corporations or entities linked to capital, like businesses or financial institutions, monitor, collect, and analyze data about individuals, often for profit, influence, or control. Under this ideology, human experience is free raw material resource for heightened commercial extraction, prediction, and sales practices. The concept was first raised by Shoshana Zuboff. In her work, Shoshana Zuboff dissects the emergence and implications of surveillance capitalism, a novel economic system birthed from the digital age's vast data capabilities. Zuboff pioneers a model of wealth accumulation predicated on the commodification of personal data. This model operates by harvesting information from individuals' online interactions, analyzing it to predict behavior, and ultimately capitalizing on these insights for profits. Zuboff's key argument pivoted around several foundational concepts. First, she introduces surveillance capitalism as a distinct form of market making that treats human and his or her experience as free raw material for economic transactions. This system's core lies in extracting personal data, often without consent, and using it to influence and modify behavior in favor of profit margins. Zuboff posits that such practices not only erode individual privacy, but also represent a form of power that she terms instrumentarian power. This power enables unprecedented levels of social control and behavior modification, raising significant ethical concerns. Another critical concept Zuboff explores is the division of learning in society. Surveillance capitalists accumulate vast amounts of knowledge about individuals, creating an imbalance where only few entities understand and can predict human behavior. This asymmetry of knowledge fosters an environment ripe for social paranoia, as individuals become increasingly aware of their visibility and manipulation potential. Although the concept of surveillance capitalism was introduced by Shoshana Zuboff in the year 2014, the historical connection about paranoia triggered by surveillance capitalism can be traced back to much earlier social and political dynamics. For example, concerns about digital surveillance began to grow in the late 1970s and earlier 1980s as computer technology became more widespread. A landmark study, commissioned by the U.S. government in 1973, was a report of the Study Group on Privacy and Computer Technology, led by William H. Ware, which clearly identified the potential threats to privacy posed by computer technology, particularly automated personal data systems in the processing of personal data. In addition, the approaching of the year of Orwell in 1983 and technological advances such as the popularization of personal computers triggered a widespread discussion of the mass surveillance society described in 1984, deepening the public's fear that the future might be moving towards a surveillance society. These concerns have not subsided as we enter the information age, but rather has been exacerbated by the advance in technology and the increased data collection capabilities. David Leon, in his work, The Electronic Eye, The Rise of Surveillance Society, explores how surveillance technology permeates everyday life and foresees the far-reaching effect of such technology on the fabric of society. Leon argues that, with the advancement of technology, specifically electronic surveillance, the privacy and freedom of individuals are increasingly being violated. He noted that this pervasive surveillance is not limited to government surveillance activities, but also includes multi-phase data collection and analysis practices performed by commercial entities. He also points out, in his argument, people trust themselves to complex technology because they seem to promise convenience, efficiency, security, and reduced uncertainty. Simultaneously, we worry that in so doing, we may be denying something important to a worthwhile human life, but what that something is becoming increasingly hard to define. From my point of view, we are becoming more and more paranoid because we are losing those things. Our case study, focusing on a popular app, Zenly, Zenly's key feature is its intuitive and engaging interface, which allows users to easily view their friends' location, interact, and share their own. In addition to location tracking, Zenly offers many other social features, such as location access history, shared journeys, and more. Zenly is particularly popular among users because it not only helps friends to stay in touch with each other, but also adds fun to adventure and get-togethers. Although it offers rich social interactions, it can, however, spread paranoia and anxiety among the user community. One of the primary reasons that Zenly arose paranoia is the constant sharing of one's location. In this feature, well intended to enhance social connectivity, could lead to individuals feeling monitored or watched by their peers. Moreover, Zenly's integration with Snapchat following its acquisition by Snap Inc. means that both apps share user data for targeted advertising, intensifying privacy issues. The app's ability to track and store location data can be exploited for commercial purposes, making users targets for highly personalized ads based on their behavior and movements.
The constant location sharing on Zenly can lead to a culture of paranoid peer surveillance and negatively impact the mental health of users, especially teenagers. According to a survey conducted by Children's Welfare Alliance, 1 out of every 3 high school students in Taiwan downloads Zenly. Still, the survey also shows that some of these students are prone to anxiety and insomnia after using the app. Teenagers need to integrate into the groups more than adults, and they worry about missing out on their friends' activities. This fear of missing out can lead them to repeatedly check the app and spend excessively time monitoring their friends' whereabouts. When they discover that their friends went out without inviting them, they may feel left out and experience a sense of loss, questioning their self-worth and social standing. This state of anxiety caused by online social interactions is termed community panic and can result in negative emotions such as loneliness and low self-esteem, ultimately affecting the user's psychological well-being and personal development. Zenly's real-time location sharing features can exacerbate this issue by fostering a sense of constant monitoring and judgment among peer groups, leading to a self-censorship and worry about how their location data might be interpreted. Moreover, the use of Zenly by authority figures, such as social workers or parents, can create an unequal power dynamic and undermine the autonomy. This invasive monitoring can erode trust and make it harder for young people to seek help when needed. Adults, particularly couples, can also face pressure and relationship issues due to Zenly's constant location sharing. Some may feel compelled to use the app to appease their partner's concerns, but this can lead to a loss of freedom and independence. When a person wants privacy or solitude during an argument or difficult time, they may find it challenging to disconnect, as their partner can always locate them. Turning off the location sharing feature might raise suspicions and exacerbate trust issues within the relationship. According to Tony Martin, co-founder of Zenly, the app's users don't really care about privacy. Despite the company's initial efforts in protecting user privacy by allowing users to make their accounts private, sharing their location only with friends, or use a fuzzy location feature, Martin found that most users were not concerned with their privacy options. Instead, they want to use Zenly primarily to let their friends know their whereabouts. In fact, some users prioritize the convenience offered by Zenly over privacy concerns. They appreciate the ease with which they can locate friends, saving them time and effort in coordinating meetups. Some even go as far as deliberately adding strangers or posting their Zenly account on social media platforms such as Douyin, TikTok, to expand their social circle and use Zenly as an alternative dating app. Supporters of the app argue that those who genuinely value their privacy should simply choose not to use Zenly. However, it is crucial to consider the long-term implications of normalizing the sharing of personal information, such as location data, even if some users do not currently prioritize their privacy. Moreover, the lack of concern for privacy among younger users may stem from a lack of awareness about the potential risks associated with sharing personal information online. The normalization of sharing such intimate details online could lead to a gradual erosion of privacy expectations and make users more vulnerable to exploitation by corporate interests or state actors. While some Zenny users may not currently prioritize privacy, it is essential to consider the long-term consequences of normalizing the constant sharing of personal information. Educating users about the potential risks and advocating for stronger data privacy regulations can help protect individuals' rights in the digital age, even if they do not yet recognize the importance of privacy in themselves.